What's shaking, guys? My name is Luke Dancy, and it is a Thursday. We are here live with you and for you. We love to do these live experiences for you. Sometimes we do shows all about you, featuring your magic, but today's going to be a little bit different. We have someone here that we're very excited to bring you. We have Christian Ingblom live with us to chat all about his brand new release called C. This is something that has taken the magic world by storm. When you have people like Juan Tamariz giving quotes and talking about how good something is, you normally sit up and take notice because Juan doesn't do that very often and is a true living legend of magic. When he sees the good stuff and he starts talking about it, it's probably something that you want to sit up and look at yourself. So we are going to have Christian here in just a moment to answer some of your live questions about C, also to tell you more about it, to tell you what it is and what it isn't, because there has, people are asking, oh, isn't it just like a stripper deck? It's so much more than just that. It's not even a stripper deck. I'm just going to say that. It is so much more than that. It is a powerful tool. It is something that you're going to love to use, and it's going to fool the minds of people and magicians too. I'm sure he's got some fun stories. So we are going to show you right now the trailer for C. I'm also going to tell you guys when we come back in just a minute how you can have a chance to win a free copy of this as well. We're going to give our YouTube friends a chance to win a free copy and our Facebook friends a chance to win a free copy of C as well. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to give you all the details in just a few minutes. But up first, we are going to show you the trailer right about now. So if you haven't seen this yet, kick back, relax, and get ready to be fooled bad by the Ingblom. All right? We'll be right back.
My good friend Christian has always very nice, interesting, and clever ideas. This one is very practical, believe me.
Karma, you're going to read Chris' mind and hopefully you'll get the card.
Is it the Six of Hearts?
How did you do that? Do it again. If it's not the top or the bottom, what could it be?
Is it the Jack of Hearts,
Oh
Chris?
my God! I battled for many years whether I should put this out or not, simply because it's too good. It's really that good. It makes you look like a genius with cards. Please, Mario, give it another mix. Leave the cards on the floor, I don't care. Take a card from wherever you want, and this is important. Put it against your chest real fast so it can't be flashed or anything. Okay. And remember the card. And put your card back inside. Give it another mix. But don't drop any, because if they drop now, then we don't know if it's in the deck or not. Mario, may I ask, what is your name?
Mario Ladiz.
Okay, can you please take the deck into your hands again? And, sorry, let's take all of the cards. And spell one card at the time, one letter per time, one card per letter. Out loud.
M-A-R-I-O-L-A-G-I-U-S-A.
If that last card were your card, that would freak me out.
Oh my God.
It's the... If that were your card, that would be amazing, because I did not know your name. I did not know you would think of 3. You could have thought of 6 or 7 or 2 or 1. Tell us the name of your card.
It was an ace of spades.
And they're not all the ace of spades. C will make you a master card manipulator without the years of practice. And it gives you that feel of the Spanish school of magic that you never touch the deck. And it just happens while they handle the cards. As a matter of fact, you might as well mix them up. Shuffle them up. Shuffle. What the heck? Shuffle. I have no idea what the card is. I have no idea. And I don't know where it is. And once you're done, I won't touch the cards from this moment on. It's one of the strongest utility decks that I've ever come across.
What was the card? Ace of spades. Just kidding, it's a 2 of clubs.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah.
What the f*** are you doing? How the heck?
She has the power.
You're magic!
It wasn't me. Choose a 4 of a kind.
I got two.
Show us all the 2s. I want to see all the 2s.
Two clubs.
Show him.
Yeah, and give them a shuffle or a mix. Yeah, sure, why not? Yep, that's pro. I can see that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
All of these too.
Yeah, me too. Because it could have been any one of these hands that you chose, but you chose this one. Usually it's 5 cards, but I think the 4 deuces are there already. Stop manipulating the cards. Start manipulating the audience. Triple C.
All right, my friends, you just saw the trailer for Triple C, and you see the man on the screen with me right now. I'm talking about Mr. Christian Engblom. Christian, how the heck are you, man?
Hello, I'm very good. Thank you for asking, Luke.
Yeah, of course, and thank you for your time. We appreciate it. I know you're a very busy man, and it's great to have you with us. And I know the guys are going to be very excited for a chance to talk to you about Triple C and for you to share some of the information about it that a lot of people have been asking certain questions. You know what they are, so, but yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, and I'd love to. I mean, I kept it secret for so long. I might as well go all out and just explain something about it. You know.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're excited for you to be here today, and I'm going to kick things off. We just saw the trailer. We were just talking about this as the trailer was running. You know, you were mentioning, oh, it feels like it's a 4-minute trailer, but it feels shorter. And I think the reactions from the people, the groups you're doing it for, kind of speak volumes for something. And it's cool because what you're doing at the end of the day is card magic, but isn't it a beautiful thing when you see how powerful card magic can be and the reactions it really can get at the end of the day, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, to be quite honest, when I started out doing magic, I wasn't into cards at all. I mean, I do 2 effects. One of them was Chicago Opener or Red Hot Mama, and the other one was Paul Curry's Out of This World.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, great effects. But those were the only card effects I would do. And then in 1992, I was at a convention in Sweden, the Magic Weekend of, in Lund. As a matter of fact, the Fat Brothers are going to be there soon.
Oh, cool. All right.
In any case, I saw Juan Tamariz there. And seeing him live or seeing him on DVD is a completely different thing. And I saw him live, and he just blew me away with nothing but cards. All of a sudden, I realized card magic can be pretty darn interesting and cool.
Yep.
So I started to do cards more and more,
Cool.
up to the point where I'm now, and I mostly do cards. When I go to professional gigs, maybe 75% of what I do are cards.
Nice.
And yeah, for me, cards, they're wonderful. They really are.
Well, I mean, when you have someone like the Maestro inspire you, I mean, come on, like that is like the epitome of, oh my God, that's what's possible here. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, can you give us a little bit of backstory, maybe a little history on where Triple C came from and turned into what it is today? Because it has turned into quite the beast of a utility device, I would actually call it now. So, yeah, a little history on that for the guys.
Well, it is a deck that I was, how should I put this without revealing too much? It's a deck that I came up with about 24, almost 25 years now. And it was a property that I discovered about normal decks, essentially.
Okay.
But only like 1 in 1,000 you would have this property, and it would be very, very minute, and it would be very indetectable, but it would be very difficult to find decks like this. And I started to think, how can I possibly replicate that and do it with any deck? Mm-hmm. And I was able to do it with with any deck. I came up with methods to do it with any deck.
Oh wow!
They weren't very good though. I mean, they weren't as pretty or as nice as the deck is now. I mean, made by U.S. Playing Card Company. It's and the Expert Playing Card Company. You know, they're great and they're completely perfect. And when when magicians get a hand of the deck, and you tell them it's gaffed, which, by the way, you should never do, but you do, and they end up spending a large amount of time, like maybe 10 minutes or longer, trying to find what's the secret, what's the gaff, and they can't. And at the end, they'll find it, but it'll take them a long, long time. So I feel completely comfortable using this deck for lay people, for magicians, in fast company.
I love it.
It just works for everyone. It's beautiful.
I've got some people that are watching right now. I'm going to actually pull up our YouTube feed real quick. Some really nice comments right now, by the way, about Triple C. Some of the folks have had it already. Our friend Jim Booth is very excited. He says his should arrive in his mailbox today. He's very excited about that. Greg Williams says that he keeps hearing a bump at the mailbox. He keeps hoping that it's Triple C. And that people are also saying that they've read nothing but great reviews on Triple C. So very, very good stuff. We do have a question coming in here. This one comes from Georgie Boy over on YouTube. Is it angle sensitive? Some of these questions are kind of basic. I know the answers to, but you are the
Of
trader.
course.
So I'm going to let you get to some of those. So angle sensitivity with Triple C, yay, nay, maybe, yes, no?
Depends on the effect that you're going to do.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be quite honest. If you're going to palm a card, hide a card in the hand, it's angle sensitive from the back. Right? Mm-hmm. It's a given. If or not. I couldn't help do it, Donnie. I couldn't help do it.
Touche.
But the point being, it depends on the trick that you're going to do.
Right.
But as a utility deck, it's not angle sensitive. I mean, I perform with this deck surrounded, with children underneath, with taller basketball players above. So, we're talking about a deck that you can use like a completely normal deck. But just like in your normal deck performances, depends on the effect you're going to do, what the angles that you want to cover, you know.
Okay. All right.
I think that should cover it.
Yeah, for sure.
The deck itself is not angle sensitive in any way.
Okay. Another kind of specific question. This one comes from Alex. Alex is our buddy from Scotland. He's watching right now over on Facebook. He's asking, do they have to shuffle the cards a specific way, side, like by the side, like an overhand shuffle, or can they shuffle in any way that they like? That's a more specific question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Okay. No, this is the Triple C deck. They don't have to shuffle them overhand. As on the trailer, they can shuffle them with a riffle shuffle.
Right. Okay.
Or a pharaoh shuffle, or, God forbid. Yeah, I'd get worried if somebody did an anti-pharaoh as a shuffle, but it works.
I was about to say, or they could do the myth that is the anti-pharaoh that you somehow, and I'm going to get to that later. I don't even know how you come up with something like that, but yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
Oh, all right.
By mistake.
That's a heck of a mistake, my friend.
Nobody comes up with that on purpose. Let me see if I can shoot the cards from hand to hand and get them separated one by one by one. It's who the heck would even think about that?
Yeah.
So no, I came up with it by mistake.
Wow.
Completely by mistake.
Wow. It was a myth for so long, such a myth, and then I started seeing people actually start to do it. A very select few people. Don't get me wrong. It's not something everyone can do. Incredible stuff.
Well, a shout out to Alex Pendrea from New York. I think he's the best I've ever seen, including me. He's the best I've ever seen at anti-pharaoh. Really, he's that good.
Wow. All right.
So that's Alex Pendrea.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's legit. He's good. Yeah. Cool. So let's jump back to Triple C, though. That's what we're here talking about today.
Sure. Misdirection.
Yes, and you're very good at that type of stuff too. That's what I love about the type of magic that the Fat Brothers do. I've seen Danny as well, and just the group of guys that you run with, the magic seems to flow. And you saw it in the trailer too. You're just very hands off. You just keep the pace going. Is this a style of magic that kind of hovers around the group that you guys are with, or is there like a world of magicians that all kind of perform the same way? Because it is a different style from the way we do magic in the States and overseas, and very curious about that, actually.
I would categorize myself as very heavily influenced by the Spanish school of magic.
Oh yeah, I
Now,
can see that. Yeah.
Juan being the master, obviously, but Dani being a master as well, Miguel Angel as well, Gabi Pareras from Barcelona. I mean, we have in Spain there are so many magicians who I would gladly call master, and do. And that style, I love the style, the feeling that they want to transmit of magic, that it's hands off. I do nothing. I don't touch. You do everything. And also, it's because I'm lazy.
I'm starting to like you more and more,
I'm not-
Christian. I'm starting to like you
I'm
more
not
and more.
joking. Let them do all the work. Let them shuffle. Let them mix. Let them deal. I don't care.
Yep. Love it. So how many routines, and I know there's a lot of ad copy out there, but can you give the guys out there an idea of the routines that are included, maybe how many, maybe the variety of stuff you get? Because it's not just a deck, mind you. It is a utility device. There's a lot you can do with it. But what is shared on the actual project when people buy it?
Well, I've decided to share the 3 routines that I use it for 99% of the time. It's the best of the best.
Okay.
I've held absolutely nothing back. I share what techniques you can use to use the deck as a control, so that you can control a card. I mean, and I've showed easy techniques, difficult techniques, and when I say difficult, I don't mean anti-pharaoh difficult. Heck, I don't even mean pharaoh difficult. I mean 2 hours of mindless practice difficult. I mean, watch the trailer. I mean, watch the DVD explanation. Take a long movie like 2 hours and practice mindlessly. Don't concentrate on the hands. Just watch the film, and you'll be able to do the more demanding technique. And that's it. And then you have it for life. I also share with ideas of how to make it easier on you if you're finding it difficult. Routine-wise, the 3 routines I use it for is, I call it the name spell, when people spell their name. And it's what I usually go for. I want them to spell their name. Now, what you're seeing right now, this is this is a fun routine. I'm teaching them. I'm actually getting an impromptu stooge.
Aha.
So she is divining his card. So I'm cueing her, and lay people just start to play along. I mean, they want to be mentalists. They start to go, let me see, concentrate. Okay, I see a red card. No, and they react, and the more reactions they get, the more they start to play along, and it feels really nice.
Yeah. Cool.
And they will keep your secret because they love that feeling that they're getting, and that respect that they're getting from their friends, that they were able to read their mind.
Yeah. In on it.
Another routine, which was with the fellow who dropped some cards. Well, we did a name spell routine. That's the name spell trick I was talking about. He chooses a card. The cards are off. I don't touch them. They're not in my hands. He takes a card. He puts it back inside. He shuffles the card, and then we find the card. Now, I'll be quite honest. It doesn't always end with the spelling of the person's first and last name.
Okay.
Sometimes it ends differently. It's actually, I had a working name for that trick. You know the trick that cannot be explained?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Well, this is a variant of it, but I call it the trick that cannot be performed.
All right.
It's but for me it's fun, because I know 100% that I can always find that card. I can always find it, no matter what. Which means I can play, and I can take chances. I can have him spell his name, and I can visually track the card as well. Which means I can be certain if we found it by spelling his name. And if we didn't, I can say, and now think of a small number, and you think of a small number,
Love it.
and blah, 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 or you cut a few cards, or now take the deck and deal a couple more, or whatever, or I take the deck. You see, they don't know what's going on. That's the beauty of the trick that cannot be explained. So for me, that routine is what I'm aiming for. I love spelling names and getting to the card. And but yeah, like I said, that doesn't always end the same way, but it still makes the control and the location of the card a complete impossibility because of the fairness that they're shuffling. They're choosing the card, they're putting it back, they're shuffling again, and you're never touching the deck. How is that possible?
Yeah, it's total hands off. Love it.
Yeah, it is. And the third and last routine that I teach is for the guys who want to show that they have skill. It's a poker dealing demo.
Okay.
Essentially dealing cards from the center of the deck. And you really are. But it's easier than dealing a card from the bottom of the deck. It's easier.
Okay. You wouldn't think so, but all right.
You wouldn't. I mean, seriously, maybe. Oh, I'll may I?
Yeah, please. This is your show. I'm just here.
All right. So, just tell me if it's an okay shot here.
Okay. All right.
Is it? Can you see the table?
I'm looking up now, kind of towards a door. So.
Oh yeah, it's because I forgot to turn the camera.
Oh yes.
Thank you for telling.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
There you go.
How about now?
You might want to tilt it up just a little bit. Like tilt it just a little. There you go. That's perfect right now. Nope, down just a little bit. And that should be good right about there. Yeah, that's perfect, man.
Is that perfect?
Yeah, you guys are getting a live look at Christian Inkblom's desk now with the cards in hand. Here we go. All right.
All right. Good. So here, choose a card.
Okay. You want me to tell you what it is?
Well, or just say stop.
Stop. Okay.
This one.
Yeah. That one.
Which
one?
Yeah.
The one in your right hand.
This one.
Yeah. That one.
Number one.
Yep.
This is number two.
Nope. Stick with
that one.
Yep.
All right. So. Sorry. Maybe you thought I did something. Make sure it's still there. Just tell me when you see it.
You need to tilt them down just a little. Yeah, sorry. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
So,
okay.
So make sure you still see it in the middle. I'm not even looking. I don't know which card it is, to be quite honest. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you? Okay. Yep. All right. I have no idea what the card is.
Okay.
Look, the deck squared. Tell me any number between 1 and, 50?
1 and 50. 28.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Is that what you said?
Yes, it
What
is.
was the card? What was the card?
10 of hearts. Oh. Boom shakalaka. Love it.
Actually, right there, the card was 29th. I didn't have to do a center deal, so I didn't get to show you the center deal.
I messed it up. My bad.
Don't worry about it. So, but let's put it face up so you guys can see.
Okay.
So it's in there, in the middle, right? Mm-hmm. And I'll do it with a smaller number this time. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say the fourth card. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh wow, that was beautiful.
So it's just coming from the middle, and it's easier, much easier than dealing from the bottom.
Wow, that was beautiful.
So it's something that you can do that will make you look like you're a complete genius with the deck of cards. Like I said in the trailer, wasn't bold. I've kept this. Oh no! I kept this for years. No, I'm back. I kept this for years because I wanted to look like a like a real expert, especially in front of colleagues and magicians. And,
Yeah. Well, is
this deck is great.
is that the same routine with the technique you just showed me? I think it is. That has the named four of a kind revelation. 'Cause to me, that's my favorite.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
That's
the
sick.
twos.
God, that's sick. Man.
So I'm center dealing from 4 different locations, 4 different cards, but it's easy. It's not more difficult to do it with 4 than to do it with 1.
Wow, that's amazing. All right.
For me too.
Wow.
Still.
Wow.
And anyway, so these routines, this is actually an old idea, but I wasn't unaware of it at the time when I came up with this.
Okay.
It hails back from, greater magic or something, like, at the end of the 1800s.
Oh wow.
1880 or so, 1870 something. And and that's just the first place that I've been able to locate that it's been published. It's been published several times after that by different people, and it might have been published before. It's just I haven't been able to trace it further back than that.
Got it.
And there was a guy by the name of Ron Wall from New Jersey who first pointed that out to me after I had fooled him badly with the deck. When I explained it to him, said, "Oh, this idea is old." And then Max Maven from LA, he was able to pinpoint exactly, who had come up with these things in the beginning of the 20th century and in the middle of the 20th century. Anyway, so it has a long, long history. But I think it's been mostly overlooked because the routines haven't been that good and the techniques haven't been that good to use this particular deck.
Got it.
And since I was completely uninfluenced because I didn't know, I came up with my own personal way of handling this deck. And the techniques are easy, workable, and just great. I mean, to control the card quickly from a deck, people ask me, is it a stripper deck, right? Mm-hmm. It's not a stripper deck. This is not a stripper deck.
Right.
I mean, the ace of, a stripper deck, when you turn a card over, like the ace of spades, you would be able to strip it out, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But you can't, and it's not a negative stripper or one of those things. It's not. But it's possible to strip the ace out very quickly. Let me move into the camera so you can see. So I can be here, and I can just take it out really fast. Oh, sorry, on the bottom. I'm trying to get to the angle, but yeah, maybe I should stand.
All right.
Apparently, let's say it's this one, the King of Clubs. Apparently, you don't have to turn the card over if you like using Ernest Erik's control. Do you know about that one?
Oh my God,
Ernest
Erik. Dude's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the King of Clubs.
Jeez.
So to turn a card around, he has this thing. This is a control, right? I've had some work on this. So as I'm going down, if you want to turn the card over, you just do this, and as you square, you turn it around.
Oh,
now, essentially, it's like the Juan Tamariz TPC.
Got it.
Right? So it's exactly the same. You can come here, and then you can turn it over as you square. This, of course, happens on this side.
Looks like butter in your hands, by the way. That's just, you're so smooth with the stuff you do, man. I love watching it.
It's just years of doing it again and again and again and again. But they're not difficult. They're not as difficult as people think. I mean, the Erik control is difficult, mind you, because you have to learn a new grip.
Right.
But it's well worth it because, it looks good. And so, this as a control, as it goes down and you do this, it's not as difficult as you think. You have that gravity helping you.
Yeah, I was going to say the gravity.
Essentially, have the card drop off.
That's.
Just remember to catch it on the way down.
Yeah. So you're mentioning some skill level stuff here as far as like moves like this, but with the deck, popular question is, what's the skill level, I guess, for someone that maybe is kind of beginner or in the middle, like who is Triple C good for? Like who would pick this up and be able to use it right away? In your opinion?
I think it's suitable for any skill level.
Okay.
To be quite honest, I'm conflicted
Okay.
because I would love as few as possible people to be using this.
Well, then
In one hand.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we should stop this feed then.
No. But on the other hand, since I put it out there, I want magicians to be able to benefit from it. I mean, I've given the secret out now, so it's out.
Yeah.
So I'd just rather that they were using it than they weren't. I mean, it's the worst feeling in the world if you give a gift to someone and they never use it.
Yeah.
So I actually do hope that people will find a way to use this. And I believe it's possible if you can, ask someone to choose a card and to have it put it back and riffle a deck, you can do something with this deck. If it's nothing else, you'll be able to find find the card after they have shuffled the deck and everything. So for me, it shaves off years of dexterity. And if you already have that dexterity, this one will refine it even further, because all of a sudden you're doing something that requires no dexterity. And lay people, they have a sense. They know if somebody is absolutely not manipulating the cards. Because in reality, Triple C is not about manipulating the cards. It is about controlling the spectators. So you're manipulating the audience to make them do what you want them to do.
I love that tagline with the product. I like that a lot. You know how you're not having to control the cards, you're controlling the people. I think, or manipulating. Manipulating the people, not the cards. Yeah, that was a cool one.
And for me, it's not a bad word. To manipulate something is not a bad word at all. I mean, a good massage therapist manipulating my spine will make it a lot better.
Yes, sir. We have another question coming in. This one comes in over on YouTube, and you guys both on YouTube and Facebook, keep those questions coming. Definitely want to make sure we get to as many of those as we can so that all your questions are hopefully answered today. Bag of Lime, not really sure who that is, but they have a good question here on YouTube. What's covered in the material? Like, is it a DVD or a download for starters? So does a DVD come with this, or is it a download link that comes with the deck?
It is a streaming video, so you can't even download it as far as I know.
Okay.
But why would you want to these days, in reality?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
No. In any case, a lot of the trick decks that have come out just recently, they go for a lot more than $30.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, to keep those costs down, because I want people to use this deck, we made it into a streaming instructional video. Plus, here's the good part.
Okay.
I expect to get a lot more ideas from very good magicians who have the deck, right? So I expect them to come up with ideas, and then we'll just add them to the same location.
Love it. Love it.
So hopefully we're going to get more routines that we can share with each other. And anyone who has an idea and wants to share it, feel free to email me or message me, and I'll be very happy to credit you and put the idea and share it with the rest of the people who have the deck.
All right. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be digging this, and the creativity will be going through the roof, because once you get this and see what you can do with it, like you said earlier, it really does take years off, doesn't it? Like,
it does.
It's crazy. It's almost sad, because I know, I've been around this stuff for a while as well, and it's like now you have a tool that kind of like takes the place of some of that work, and it's a good problem to have, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and also, I don't know if I should be telling people this, but at some point in the future, it's not going to be happening soon. Just bear that in mind. If this is successful enough that we get people interested enough in Triple C, the idea is to just keep, right now they come in this beautiful box. made by Expert Playing Card Company, and it's like a cover, and the codes are inside. In any case, so you can try to freeze frame that later, guys. It comes with a red or blue bicycle made by U.S. Playing Card Company. Now, later we're planning to sell, but much later, and only if the demand is there, to sell just the decks as refillers.
Got it.
And then hopefully we'll be able to have the price much lower again, making it possible for people to, use them, not just want to buy them but use them, have people sign cards, and not worry too much because of an expense. Also, the only way to differentiate them from any other deck is just from the blue sticker.
Okay.
Both the blue deck and the red deck have that beautiful blue sticker that they used to have. So that's the way to tell whether it's a triple C or not.
Speaking of the name, real quick, I want to jump to a question that just came in over on YouTube that was about the name Triple C. My buddy Greg Williams is saying, I may have missed this, but where does Triple C, the name, come from? And if it's if it's specific to the method, of course, we don't have to reveal much. But if it's something else, we would love to hear, of course, why it is actually called Triple C.
Well, actually, there's a couple of reasons why it's called Triple C, but I'll give you the ones that I feel I can share with you right now.
Right.
And it's called Triple C because, well, I'm Christian with a C, and these are cards with C, and to control the cards, that's with a C. So it's Christian's card control. See, I'm being very
yes, cryptic. Yes.
Yes.
Another
but
C.
Also, but also, I'm not being very. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not being very shy about it, naming it after me.
Yeah.
However, after naming it and going with the name, I looked online at Triple C, and it's some sort of social drug.
Oh boy! All right.
That the youths are using. So some cough medicine.
That's not what we're selling here.
Guys.
That's not what we're selling here.
Be careful, guys. It can be addictive.
Love it. What was the other question I had teed up for you? Actually, it wasn't a question. It was a nice comment, because I also want to make sure that you get some appreciation as well, Christian, because you do some amazing work. And Eric Schmidt says, Christian, your burnt and restored matchstick routine is true magic. In my opinion, I love it. So that's a nice shout out to you from Eric over on Facebook that you love.
Thank you, Eric. I love that routine as well.
Right. All right.
It's great.
Can it be applied to a custom deck? I love bikes and custom. So right now, well, I'll let you answer that. But Daniel Ricks over on Facebook's asking, can this be applied to a custom deck, or does it have to be the bicycle playing cards that are supplied?
Right now, we're making them with U.S. Playing Card Company. So yes, right now we've concentrated on red bicycles and blue bikes. The reds being predominated because people prefer reds, myself included, for whatever the reason is. We have a chance to do it with any other cards, any other back designs that U.S. Playing Card Company are making for us. Okay. And I can see it being a remote possibility to be able to do it with a custom deck, but right now, I would just recommend just reaching out to me directly if that were the case.
Okay, cool.
On that one, because it's going to be way too difficult to do it on a mass scale.
Yeah, I think as much.
There are just way too many decks of cards out there, and since they're made in the factory and being resealed in plastic,
okay,
that's the reason.
Yeah. Let's jump back over to YouTube. Greg Williams says the mail came. He got his electric bill, but no Triple C. Sorry, Christian. So he's still waiting on his Triple C. Tom Chester's asked a question here. I want to make sure we get to some of these specific ones too. I'm not familiar with the methodology of this deck, but he's asking, is this anything similar to the Trilby deck from the guys over at Big Blind Media. And again, I've never handled that one myself.
I have no idea what the Trilby deck is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure
Yeah.
either. So okay.
I'd love to answer, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff coming out all over the world, so I have no idea if it's
Yeah.
the same idea or not. Like I said, it's an old idea, old principle.
Yeah.
It could be, but I'll tell you one thing: I've never also found anywhere a deck as good as this. I mean, it's not just about the idea; it's about how you make them, right? And I'll tell you another thing. I mean, it took us close to 3 years since my initial thought of releasing this to actually having them made. 3 years.
Oh wow.
And that was with the negotiations with U.S. playing card company, getting the right quality, making sure that they're going to make it the right way. So I didn't rush into this, and I suppose one of the reasons it took me 3 years was that I just wasn't ready to give it up.
That's fair. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
I
mean, I've used it to fool so many magicians all over the world and lay people, but for me personally, it's been the value of a magician fooling effect or deck that I can use to get to magicians, because I've been traveling quite a lot at magic conventions and such, and it's probable that if I've been able to fool you with a deck of cards, it's been with this deck.
The secret's out.
I'm so conflicted about that. Really, I am. It's so good, but I can't be as selfish. So I kept promising year after year to some people that knew about the secret that yes, I would put it out. I would put it next year. And I suppose finally that next year came along. So
yeah, here we are. Awesome. And as you were just chatting there, I was also putting up on the screen some of the featured dealers that we have that are carrying Triple C. There are a lot more, but I did want to mention that we had a few dealers featured this week on the show that I'll be popping up again a little bit later. But we had Merchant of Magic, Hocus Pocus, Vanishing Inc, and Marchand de Trucs, which I believe is a French dealer as well. So those were a couple of our featured dealers this week. If you are interested in picking up the deck, as Christian mentioned earlier, it is only $30, and it is available now from your favorite dealer. So run and get it, or wait by your mailbox like some of our friends are to get that in your hands. It is a very fun utility. And that's the thing, it's not just a trick you're getting here. This is a true utility device, I would call it, because there's so many things you could do with it. It's not just a one-trick wonder. I think it's very important to note here with Triple C. So
yeah, I mean, it is a way to control one or several cards, not just one, but several cards in the cleanest possible fashion. Now you go out and apply it to whatever routines you want to. Now, I suggest 3 of my favorites that I'd use it for, and they're great. But whoever gets the deck, I think they would be losing out if they weren't going to try to incorporate the deck into their existing routines already.
No.
Yeah.
Another friend I want to mention, this is fun, as we're watching our buddy on YouTube, Jim Booth, another friend watching, says that his deck just arrived. So he's very excited right now. His deck just arrived in the mail. Must be mail time over on the East Coast. So some of the guys are starting to get these in their hands. So very exciting stuff over there. All right. Congrats, Jim.
Great.
All right. Good stuff. It says here, Tim Olson says his arrives in the mailbox tomorrow. He's looking forward to it. So that's cool. Tom is asking another good question. Any chance it's marked too? Is the deck also marked, or is it?
No.
No, it's not. Okay.
It is not marked. I mean, okay, it is marked. Let's be clear. But on the faces, because otherwise you can't tell them apart. But no, it's not a marked deck, and I actually think you can go with marked cards, but there is a Puritan aspect to not using marked cards. Why? Because lay people, especially lay people, they always suspect that we are using marked cards. Now, if you're going to use, I'm still okay to using marked cards. The only thing is you have to use them in routines where it doesn't appear that you're using marked cards. And I mean, that's difficult to do. Now, this deck flies so much under the radar that they have no idea. And here's the thing, it's not a marked deck So you can let them do the thing. You don't have to even look.
Yeah.
And they're not going to think marked cards because nothing smells or points to marked decks.
Well, and the fact that they could shuffle the cards too. I mean, the fact that you have control over a card even when it's been shuffled into the deck by the spectator. I mean, come on, that kills everything, in my opinion. I mean,
Yes.
that's crazy. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
And for you guys that have been looking for something, a lot of people ask, what happens if someone, and this is what's great about having someone like you on, Christian. I do these shows every week. A lot of questions pop up. Luke, what happens when a trick goes wrong? What if I can't find their card? Think about this. Now you've got a deck in your hands that pretty much you can't not find their card now, which is a pretty good problem to have, right?
Yes. I mean, you can screw up a trick, but you will always find their card.
Yeah.
And in that sense, even if you were to announce that, spell your name and that card is your card, and they say no, you're still not screwed, because you can say, okay, that would have been great, wouldn't it? And you can find their card in less than a second. You can still find it even without looking, even without going through, and you can find it and then use it and palm it or reveal it in some other way. So you're never going to be left out having to say, okay, sorry guys, I missed. I missed completely. You can actually always end the trick.
And that's something I wanted to also touch on briefly, because I know this goes a little away from us talking about Triple C, but with your style of magic and this trick in particular, though, people always ask me, Luke, what do you do when a trick messes up? And I think that what you're talking about here is a great example of that, and you said it yourself, people you're performing for don't know what the outcome or the ending is supposed to be. So I love the fact that you actually thrive on jazzing with your magic when you're performing. It's a fun thing, isn't it? It keeps you on your toes, but it tests your abilities and keeps you going. So do you have any tips on expanding on that a little bit? Because I do get asked a lot, well, what happens when I mess up? And you're touching on some very, very good things here when you're talking about,
Okay, yeah. Well, the first is your attitude. And this is something I've learned from my time with Danny.
Okay.
To be quite honest, from my time with Danny, you have to learn to let go. Mm-hmm. You have to learn to let go of the perfect image. You're not perfect. Why should you try to project such an image? No. And, you do your magic, and when you have complete faith in the tools that you're using, whether there be sleight of hand or a deck, if you have faith in your tools, you can always find a way. You can always find a way out. You have a lot of things working for you. Magicians know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Lay people don't. So you can, like a good jazz musician, you can take it in a different route. Now, don't expect to do that right away. That takes a lot of skill and especially a lot of experience to be able to say, I don't care, it doesn't matter, and keep going. Yeah. And your attitude should be that. Now look, you can fail as much and miserably as you want, or not want, but it can happen. Mm-hmm. And if that happens, the worst thing you can do is feel ashamed, because that will transmit to the audience and it'll ruin everything. Yeah. And you'll have a heck of a time trying to get them back with your other good tricks that you saved for later, Mm-hmm. So if you screw up, never mind, it doesn't matter. It would have been good if it worked. Okay, let's do something else.
Yeah.
And you do something else. Now, if you have that attitude and you feel that way, you'll be fine, and your audience will love you. And they'll think, oh, he's a human, but he's great. We like him. We don't feel uncomfortable. We don't feel, that shame of that's a bad act. No, we say, oh, okay, he's laughing. We can laugh too. It's not bad. Okay, and we can enjoy ourselves. Yeah. And it's the attitude. Now, for me, it took a long time to get to that point. I've been doing magic professionally now for 25 years. Okay. But I've been doing it since I was 3.5. And after a couple of years of being a professional, my first teacher in magic, Reijo Salminen, asked me, when he saw my business card, he asked me, Christian, it says magician. Do you advertise yourself as a magician? And I go, yeah, of course. It's my profession. I've been doing it for 2 years. What do you mean? Why not? And he goes, no, Christian. It takes 30 years to become a magician. And, he said that. And I was thinking, you talk, old man. I'm good enough. I'm a magician. And the longer I've been doing magic, the more I understand that what he was saying, in a way, was that it takes for the most people, it takes a long time to get to that point where you can just say, heck it, I can handle any situation, and I'll always have a way out. Now, speaking to Juan, I don't think I'm revealing too much if I say here, but I asked him, Juan, how many outs do you have in a routine? And I asked him, how many outs? And he goes, well, 4. I go, oh, 4, that's a lot. For each moment in the routine that something can go wrong.
God. Wow. That's next level, man. That is next level.
4 for each moment?
Wow.
What the?
Wow.
I mean, the master. What can I say? The master.
Yep. Absolutely. Another quick question for you. We have about 10 minutes left. I know we said we had about an hour with you, so I'm going to start to wrap this up. But got a couple lingering questions. This one comes in over on YouTube. Van's asking, does it make any difference to have it in red or blue, or is it the same? I mean, I think I know the answer, but I'll let you take that one, Christian.
Whatever color you like.
All right. Sounds
good. I mean, it's easy. The blues look great, though. But what can I say? I'm a red man myself. So whatever you like.
All right. Very good. People are really enjoying your advice on the when you mess up and stuff. So thank you for going into that. Yeah, I know you didn't have to, but
Sure.
It is nice to have someone like you on here that does have that kind of experience and that really does, quote unquote, get it when it comes to those moments and finding your way out. Because it's not something that you just learn from a book, as you said. It happens over time, and sometimes you have to learn the hard way.
It happens over time, and always the hard way. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. You got to remember, if you screw up, it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. You're going to be learning from that experience. No. Now, I understand it. You don't want to screw up when someone's shooting a bullet at you and you're supposed to catch it with your teeth. You don't want to screw up there.
No, not really.
But what I'm saying is we only learn from our mistakes when we make a mistake. No. That's the only time. Or let's say an audience member surprises us and does something that they're not supposed to, and an error happens. Mm. If that happens, then we learn from that. Now, in Triple C, there are moments when things can go wrong. Nothing is, foolproof in magic. Things can go wrong if the audience doesn't do as you tell them to. Mm-hmm. So that's why I say in the trailer, it's time to manipulate the audience, which means learn slowly but surely to control your audience, interact with them, and be the kind of personality that won't get a lot of challenges. I mean, we're all gonna get them. But if you're a likable person, people aren't going to give you a lot of trouble. They're not going to challenge you too much, which is great. And they'll be much more receptive to your instructions. I mean, if you give a deck to someone and tell them to cut it and go, yeah, I'm going to cut it, and they're shuffling, they're not following instructions. Or if you tell them to deal from the top and they start pulling from the middle, that's a challenging way, and they want you to solve that. Yeah. It's not always done from bad intentions, but it's one of those things that you want to avoid. And experience and being in those situations will teach you little by little how to deal with it. Yeah. So,
and the other thing too is I think what you just said with the outs and kind of having the audience on your side too. Again, I get asked a lot of questions about hecklers too. I think this kind of goes with that too, where if you're a likable person, you do good magic, you're not trying to overprove yourself or come off in a better than you kind of attitude, you also don't have to really worry about hecklers at that point because they're not trying to challenge you, as a magician. They're wanting to be entertained and see what you've got. So it's another little thing that I think I would say they both go hand in hand. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I absolutely do. Also, I would say that hecklers stem from people who either find you offensive or annoying,
Yep.
or then they're the kind of people that just need and want the attention on themselves.
Right.
And you have to handle each in a different way. Now, to go into that would take a long time.
Yep.
And I'm by no means an expert on handling hecklers, mostly because I don't get a lot of them.
I believe it. I believe it.
Maybe I look too intimidating. I don't know. I don't get a lot of them. Okay. And therefore, I don't have a lot of experience in that. But that's my best advice. Try to avoid. A martial arts teacher told me once, I think it was, I did jiu-jitsu. I did a couple of things, but jiu-jitsu, he said, the first thing is, if you are in a fight, you're already lost. You may win the fight, but you're already a loser.
Yep.
And we asked him why. And he goes, well, do you want to fight? No, we don't want to fight, we students said. And he said, well, see, that person has now forced you to do something you didn't want.
Yep, well said.
So you're already lost.
Well said, man. Love that.
Well, same thing with hecklers, right?
Yep. This is a fun little thing. We got one of our viewers that's going to head off now. Jim says he's off to watch the Triple C videos, so we'll send you off, Jim, to do that. My buddy Mr. White is saying, some great advice right now with my illness. The thought of screwing up is number one reason why I don't perform. So yeah, you can always kind of psych yourself out too. Maro's asking, unrelated question, Christian, do you ever have any plans of releasing the cards from pieces?
They are.
Oh, they are. I don't. Okay.
Pieces. Murphy's has them.
Okay.
Or should have them, or maybe they're sold out. I'll have to ask.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was looking there for that. Who's this? Iraqi is saying, hello guys, a big fan of you, Christian. So that's nice. A friend over on YouTube saying a big fan. You have a lot of fans out there.
Hello.
Yeah, a lot of fans, Christian. All right. And Christian,
I should have shaved.
There's a new thing that seems to be. Are you aware of another anti-pharaoh move called ripping by Jeremy Griffith? He's Los Angeles over on Instagram. Do you have any opinions on that? Have you seen this new thing from the anti-pharaoh thing out there? Ripping? Nope.
No.
Okay.
Ripping.
Haven't seen it myself. Who? Yeah. Jeremy Griffith. Yeah.
I haven't. Okay. I look forward to seeing it. Great. Because that sounds wonderful. Whoever can come up with ideas for the anti-pharaoh, I love that person.
Yeah. I've actually seen Jeremy be able to take a regular deck and strip it out exactly like in half. It's sick. The guy is a beast.
Oh, you mean just like a stripper that pull it out, right?
That dude is legit. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to see him, he's amazing.
Well, I saw he didn't do exactly in half, but that's probably based on the Spider-Man, right?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
See, look, the Spider-Man I'm talking about, of course, Derek Delgado.
Aha, Derek. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because Derek was able to strip cards out from different parts of the deck just by pulling.
Wow.
And
it's crazy.
Maybe.
Another question. This one's more about you, and then I'm going to start to wrap up everything about Triple C. Where are you originally from? Is a question coming in on YouTube. One of our viewers out.
Okay, from Finland.
Okay.
Turku. Turku, Finland, and I'm still here. That's where I'm calling from right now.
Okay.
And I've just been living all over the place, including in Spain several times in between. But
cool.
back in my hometown in Finland.
All right. How did you actually end up getting? And I don't want this to have to be too long of an answer, but how did you end up getting kind of connected to Danny and that those group of guys? What was the connection there?
I had met Juan and started going to his Escorial, the card magic meeting. And so I'm trying to keep the answer short, right?
Okay.
And a few years later, I was moving with my wife to the south coast of Spain, to Andalusia, and I asked Juan, who should I see there? I mean, who is a local magician that's interesting that you would recommend that I contact? And he just gave me the phone number and name of one guy, and that was Danny Ortiz. But this was in 2004, so he was young. He was young, and I called him at one point. I was staying there for like 6 months, so I called him after a few weeks, and I didn't speak a word of Spanish, and he didn't speak a word of English.
Oh, wow.
I mean, not a word. And we're living in different cities. So I'm thinking, how is this going to work? How are we ever going to even meet? So we started, saying names of cities, and we figured out that, okay, we're going to meet in that city. Okay. Train. Tren, estación de tren. Okay, so it sounded similar, so we got it, and and then whatever the time of day was, and we decided to meet up, and we met there, and we found each other, and
That's great.
Danny introduced me to a bunch of other magicians, including Miguel Angel Gea, whom actually I had known from before from Escorial.
Aha.
But
Nice.
since Miguel Angel didn't speak any English back then either, I didn't really know him. So after I started hanging out with Danny, my wife strongly encouraged me to learn Spanish.
Aha.
And Juan had been asking me for several years, when will you learn Spanish? Because a lot of the Escorial card magic meetings are done in Spanish and English. And he just wanted me to start speaking Spanish. And I had told him next year, like a good Spaniard would say, mañana. And in the end, I had to do it because otherwise I couldn't talk to Danny. And then Danny, he got the bug and he wanted to start learning English. So up to this day, what we do is on the phone. Live, it's different, but on the phone, I'll speak Spanish to him and he'll always answer automatically in English to me. It's strange. It's strange. I mean, but when we're in the same place, face to face, we speak Spanish or English.
Cool. All right. So speaking of face-to-face stuff with you guys, I know that you mentioned a little while ago the Fat Brothers will be making an appearance soon, and I also want to find out where else you might be appearing throughout the rest of 2017 or maybe early 2018. If people do want to see you lecture, or if you're making any public appearances, performing at a convention or whatever, where can people find you in the coming months?
Well, Sweden, a Magic Weekend. It's in October. Now, I'm not sure if they have been publicized yet that we're coming. I think they have. Okay. So that'll be in October, if I'm not mistaken very much. Okay. And we'll be in Lund at the Magic Weekend. Yeah. And then, I mean, we only get together like once or twice per year because we're busy working, professional performers working in our own countries and venues and what have you not. But we've already been asked to do a major convention in the U.S. In 2018. Cool. So that's over a year up to that point, But we'll see. Nothing has been confirmed, so I don't want to say names or places. Right. But hopefully that'll happen, and we'll be able to come to the U.S. again.
I would love if you guys came to Magic Live. I live here in Las Vegas. I mean, you guys need to come my way. Uh-oh.
Very good.
Uh-oh. All right. Enough said. So, Christian, do you have any last thoughts you want to tell the guys about Triple C? I know that we're a little bit over the hour mark, and I know that you told me you had about an hour. So any last words from you? Anything you want to make sure people know about Triple C, or any last words about it that you think people should definitely know about in general? So, floor is all yours, sir.
All right. If you get Triple C, treat it with respect, because I consider Triple C to be a daughter of mine, and I'm an angry father if she's not treated with respect. So that's all I want to say. Just take good care of it, and you'll get a lot out of it. You will enjoy it.
Love it. He's like the dad when the daughter's going out on her first day with the shotgun over his shoulder. Like, all right, boy. All right. One last question, actually. Do you have any other things in the works as far as new releases? That is a good last question here for you. Do you have any other new things that people might be seeing from you?
Nothing I've planned.
Okay.
It's too soon to talk about. I have one little thing.
Okay.
But it's way too soon to talk about. It's not even something I'm performing right now. And if there's anything I've learned, is I should be doing them for a few years first, just to get everything smooth and worked out, and in case there are any problems, to get them worked out. There are. Okay, I'm lying. I do have one or two little things, but nothing as major as the Triple C. I mean, if you guys are looking for something big out of me, it's going to be Triple C. It's the biggest secret I've had released so far.
All right. Well, very good, sir. And I'm sure when Christian does decide to unleash more goodness on the community, you'll be notified about it by us. We'll know more about it, and hopefully one of these days we can have Christian back on the show to talk more about some stuff. I know he's a busy guy, but thank you so much, Christian, for your time today.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you very much, Luke.
It's been a lot of fun, and thanks also for getting on the camera and showing us some card stuff. That was a nice treat, too. I wasn't expecting that, so thank you for that. Yeah.
And thank you guys for joining us.
All right, cool. Take care, Christian. I'll catch you later, buddy.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, my friends, and there you have it. My live Q&A of Mr. Christian Ingblom, all about Triple C. Again, that is available now from your favorite magic dealer. Get out there, pick it up. It's only $30. Includes some killer routines that Christian has worked, and you see most of them in the trailer there. Full performances, some really, really clever stuff. Again, imagine the power. Someone picks a card. They're able to shuffle back into the deck. You're able to get the cards back and control that card. Or cards, mind you. Super strong stuff. And there's a lot more you can do with it than just that. That is just the basis of what you can do with it. So those are a few cool things you can do there. And I hope I answered as many questions as I could for you. And I am going to give you guys a chance to win this as well. I've been keeping that on hold for you guys. A little secret from me to you that is coming. I'm going to give you all the details right about now on how you can win a free copy of Triple C. I've got one for both of our friends watching out there on Facebook and YouTube as always. So if you've been hanging with us, here it comes, guys. Over on Facebook, all you guys need to do is tell me a story of when you tried to have someone pick a card and control it, how bad did it go? Or maybe you could make up a story about you totally losing a card and the disaster that it was, because this deck allows you to not do that. You will be able to control the card. So tell me maybe a funny story, or maybe tell me what you would do with this. Either one. Tell me a funny story of when you totally messed up a trick and lost a card, couldn't find it. Maybe there's something really funny there, something really juicy. You can make up a story, or you can tell me exactly why you need to win this. Either of those will be fine. Post that comment. I'll pick a winner on next week's show. Same thing for my YouTube friends. A little bit different because you guys, your comments, they're not being saved. You guys need to also post a comment after this goes up as an on-demand. Again, tell me, what's your worst experience with the card trick gone wrong? Be funny, be serious, and if you can't figure anything out, I'm giving you two chances here. Tell me why you need this. Tell me why you think you should have this in your hands. What would you do with it? Just be as creative as you want. Be as serious or as funny as you want. Next week, we'll give away 2 copies of this. Again, one for YouTube, one for Facebook. So get out there, post those comments, and be as creative as you want, because I am looking at each comment, and I always try to pick the best ones out of that really catch my attention. So, yeah. Also, guys, don't forget, if you do have magic questions, or if you want to send us your video clips for future shows, you can do that over on our Facebook page, the Murphy's Facebook page there. Drop me a private message with your video clips. Or you can also use the email address below that is social@murphysmagic.com. That's the other way to get in touch with us. Drop us those video clips. You can attach them there. And if you do have magic questions in general, you can also reach out to us over on Facebook. Drop us a message there. Or on Instagram, you can drop us a direct message as well. It's a great place for us to try to connect with you guys in between the shows. Also, I do get on Instagram a few times a week. I've mentioned that before. I get over there. I do live Q&As a couple times a week. We're also doing some deck giveaways. We still haven't announced our Revolution deck winner yet, so head over there and check out the winners over on Instagram too. We do tag our winners and all that. Someone's asking about the Banshees. I have not announced the Banshees winners just yet. I've had a lot of moving pieces going on right now, multiple interviews this week. Another one coming up next Monday. I did want to mention that too. Next Monday, I do have Woody Aragon joining me live. He's going to be chatting all about his brand new book called Memorandum. So that's going to be really exciting to have him on there. It's time change a little bit different just because of specifics. That'll be 10 a.m. Pacific. That's 1 p.m. Eastern time. So again, that's 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific over on Monday. Woody Aragon is going to be joining me, chatting all about his brand new book, all about memorized deck work. A very, very cool system he's got in place, a very, very big release. People are very excited because it makes memorized deck work very practical now, something you can literally pick up and start doing. I think it says on the actual ad copy in about 30 minutes you can start to kind of understand this system and start working with it. So Woody will be with us next week. So again, special thanks to Mr. Christian Ingblom this week for joining me. Taking some time out of his schedule to join us to answer your questions, talk all about Triple C. I hope we got as many of those questions answered that you've had about this brand new utility device. It's an exciting one. A really nice thing that you can add into any routine that you have. Have this deck ready. It doesn't matter if you use the tricks that come with it. Maybe it's just your everyday deck now that you have waiting as a secret weapon. Very, very cool stuff to have available there for you. So we do keep trying to bring these guys on the shows, to give you guys the good stuff. So if you have other suggestions of people or things you want to know more about, let us know. Again, I do want to bring a couple of our featured dealers for Triple C. If you guys in different parts of the world, we have some different places that it's available for you. Some of our featured dealers. This is the Merchant of Magic. These guys are located over in the UK. You can pick it up over there. That's a great spot to pick it up. Another one of our featured dealers is the guys over at Hocus Pocus. So I'm going to bring this up right now. Show you guys the Hocus Pocus website. That is the Hocus Pocus guys over there. You can pick it up over there. Again, it's $30 and available now. It's not one of those pre-sale things anymore. This is actually available for purchase right about now. Of course, another couple of people here that I need to get to. These are my friends over at Vanishing Inc. These are it's Josh and Andy. You guys know Josh and Andy. They also have this available for right now. You can pick it up right now. And we have one last featured dealer that I want to make mention of. Let me just pull that up for you in just a second here. I believe this is a French dealer. This is the Marchand de Trucs, and I hope I pronounced that right. That's also available for our European friends over there as well. And there's the website. Try to give you the websites for each one of these places. Just make it as easy as possible for you to get your hands on Triple C from Mr. Christian Ingblom. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out this week. I had fun with you. As always, I gave you the details on how to win a free copy of Triple C. I also want to make sure that I give a few shout outs before I do get out of here too. So let's pop up the old YouTube bag of lime. Thanks for those questions, man. You had some good ones. Logan, hello. Greg Williams, always a blast. Thanks for all the support. Zach Pitt, good to see you, buddy. Maro did answer the question about the Banshees. We'll get to those shortly. It is not marked. Someone asked again why LM there. Is it marked? It is not a marked deck, but it is a very, very cool utility device in a very deceptive way. See, wait, Christian is awesome. Yes, he is. You can tell he's just a really, really nice guy that's always happy to talk magic. So if you see him at a convention, I'm sure that he would love to show you some good stuff. Luke, this is by far the best show. You're probably because I'm excited about this deck, and rightfully so. You're the best. Christian, you have a new fan here in Columbus. Thanks, guys. Hey, Greg, thank you and for the kind words, and I hope you enjoy your Triple C deck. Illusion G, Las Vegas, Nevada, California. I'm located here in Las Vegas. If that's what you're looking for, that is where I am. Maro, I did tell you that I'm giving away a free deck of Triple C, so do what I told you earlier, and you'll have a chance to win. Michael, nice to see you out there. Hank, yes, we did talk about the anti-pharaoh move, and I have seen Jeremy do it in person. It's pretty crazy. Jim Booth, have fun again with your Triple C deck. Chris Cram, I like that Triple C is a multiple effect deck. Awesome advice as well, especially with my upcoming shows. Yes, Chris, good luck with your shows, man. Keep us posted on how everything's going for you out there. All right. The deck that cannot be explained. I like that, Hank. That's funny. Good stuff. Daniel, you'll also be getting yours tomorrow. I don't anticipate being disappointed. Thanks for adding to our magic inventory. Daniel, yeah, man, it's a good one. Christian doesn't have a lot of stuff on the market for a reason. When he does put stuff out, it's stuff, and as he mentioned, it's stuff he's used for quite some time. So when you do see it pop up, you know that it's a road-tested thing for real people And that's why he doesn't just have a bunch of stuff floating out on the Magic market. Because when he does put something out, as he said, he's like the dad. These are his babies out on the market. He's very protective of his stuff and his name and his reputation. So I'm certain you're going to have fun with that. Tim Olson, do you advise using it as our everyday deck? Tim, you certainly could. It's not going to get in the way, but as Christian did mention, there's the possibility, and I'm not trying to put this in stone, he did mention there may be a possibility of having refills of these decks later down the road. So if you are worried about using it and having it mess up, there's a possibility, but this will not interfere with your other routines. So if you want to use it as an everyday deck in general, you can to do the things you're already doing. Ethan, there are 3 routines taught on this project with the Triple C deck. These are all very strong routines in their own way, and they're all used in different ways. So yes, that's the question there. Curtis, nice to see you. Tim says his is coming in tomorrow. So Tim, hope you enjoy that. I did play the trailer for Triple C a little while ago, Andrews, so if you want to check that out, either catch the replay or just go and check out the trailer for Triple C over on our YouTube channel. All right. Let me see here. Didn't get to the question about his favorite Spanish magicians, but I'm going to say it's probably Danny D. Ortiz, Juan Tamariz, and Miguel. I would be certain those are probably his top 3, just to guess. So those are a few of our friends out there. Let me pop back down here real quick, see if there's any more. Andrew Nagy, see you Monday. Yes, see you Monday, my friend. When else coming up on Murphy's Live? Yes, Bag Lime, I did mention a little while ago. I'll mention it again before I give some shout outs over on Facebook. Monday, we have Mr. Woody Aragon coming up, chatting all about his brand new book, Memorandum. The time's a little bit different, but I will post it up. So it is scheduled 10 a.m. Pacific time Monday. That's 1 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're European, kind of base it on those 2 times. I'm here in the States. So those are the times. That is our next guest, Mr. Woody Aragon. So if you have some questions about memorized deck work in general, more specific with Memorandum, that is coming up shortly. So we're very excited to have Woody join us as well. Pop back over here to Facebook real quick and see if there are any last questions. Give a few last shout outs. Very special live Q&A with Christian Ingblom. Had a blast chat with him. Had a blast having you guys around for it. Always fun to do these live things for you. And good luck on picking up a free copy of Triple C, again, for my Facebook friends and for my YouTube friends that are watching out there too. So again, maybe give me a funny story of when you just lost a card and whether it was a good outcome or a bad one. I'd love to be entertained, so make it fun. Ben Cook just joined. Thank you, Ben, for tuning in. About to wrap this up. And if you can't think of a funny story, or maybe it hasn't happened yet, where you lost a card and something happened, tell me why you need this. Why do you need Triple C? Why do you really, really need it? And again, I'll pick a winner next week. So be as creative, as funny, serious, whatever you want. I'll pick a winner next week, and we will go from there. All right. See you guys Monday. Over here again, Woody Aragon. But in the meantime, I'm sure I'll be popping up over on Instagram Live. So if you're not yet, make sure you're following us over there at Murphy's Magic on Instagram. we're always doing deck giveaways and other live shows in between this show. They're not really shows. They're just me popping up, doing some Q&A stuff, but you never know what you're going to find. So make sure you keep up with us over there. We're doing a lot of very fun and exciting things. And of course, over on Facebook, my YouTube friends, you guys missed it yesterday. I also did a live giveaway for these guys, the Revolution playing cards. It was a live way to win. It was a live giveaway. So that happened yesterday. We'll be doing more of that kind of stuff too. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're keeping up with us over on Facebook too. That is Murphy's Magic Supplies over on Facebook. We do giveaways and fun contests and things over there too. So just because you're watching this on YouTube doesn't mean you can't find the good stuff over on Facebook too. I want to make sure that my friends there are aware that we're in a lot of different places doing a lot of very exciting and different things. So don't miss out on it. All right, that is it for this show from me to you. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Thanks again to Mr. Christian Inglom for his time and for answering all those great questions that you guys had for him and for us. As always, we're very, very happy, and it's our pleasure to do these type of things for you. We want to make sure you're as informed as possible about the magic that's popping out there on the market. So if you do have more questions, use that social media, send those messages our way. We're here to help. But we can't help you if we don't know what your problems are. All right, that's it, guys. I am done. If I had a microphone, this would be mic drop time. That's it. Had a blast with you. Can't wait to do it all over again next time. All right. So in the meantime, have fun. If you're getting your Triple C deck, have fun. If you have some videos yourself doing some of these tricks, I'd love to see them too. But in the meantime, practice some, perform a little more, and then practice a whole lot more. All right. That's it from me to you. Catch you guys on the flip side. All right. See ya.